Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of The C Shop, where entertainment, business, and giving back meet to bring you the latest in celebrity news and info you won't hear anywhere else. Our celebrity today has been in the NFL for 11 seasons. He was a two-time All-American, and he won the coveted Heisman Trophy. But today we're going to learn some things that you may not know about him. So join me in welcoming our celebrity guest, Ricky Williams. Hi, Ricky.
I can hear the stadium. Yeah. Another great intro. Thank you.
So now I know you have a lot of Twitter followers.
Yes.
Do you want to give a shout out to them?
Yes. So I want to say thank you to all my Twitter followers, and you can follow me on Facebook at Ricky Williams number 34, and on Twitter at Ricky Williams.
So Ricky, tell us about your life. I mean, we know your career. Everyone's been watching it. So
Yeah.
what have you done since you've retired from football?
I've done a whole bunch of stuff. It's like I'm a hoarder of hobbies. You know? And you know, we talked earlier about a typical week, and really there is no typical week. You know, one week it's daddy daycare, one week it's the world traveler, one week it's motivational speaker, one week it's football analyst. So I'm keeping myself busy, and I've always had a lot of different interests, and now I finally have the time and the space to explore them all and enjoy them all.
Now, I want to hear something that we may not know about you.
Okay. Well, a lot of people don't know that I am a yoga instructor.
Oh.
Yeah, and I studied yoga actually in India. And what I started to do, so I retired from football in 2004 for a year, and then I ended up coming back. So in that year, I had a chance to kind of explore the world and kind of find out what else was about
out there.
Yeah, what else except for just football. And I found yoga, and I found a whole bunch of other things that I really like to do. And also, a couple off seasons ago, I was trying to look for a way to occupy my time, so I decided to go to massage therapy school.
Oh.
So I'm a licensed massage therapist, and a yoga instructor.
That's amazing.
And a retired football player. Yeah.
So the massage therapy, how does that play into your life? I bet your wife loves that.
She loves it, yeah. I mean, she had a nice long massage for her birthday the other day. Yeah. So the way it plays into my life now is I try to see at least between 5 and 10 clients a week, just to keep myself active, and it's really fun. It's really fun for me to do. And I've studied even different kinds of, I do like kind of something similar to Reiki, which is kind of energy healing. I do shiatsu, I do traditional Swedish massage and cranial sacral work. I just love working with bodies, and I think being a professional football player and taking so much, abuse to my body, I just really value taking care of my body. And that's kind of how I got started doing it. I met some really cool body workers, and they kind of inspired me to explore it on my own.
I'm just curious what you don't do. That's amazing. Yoga, massage therapy.
Don't wash dishes.
You don't wash dishes?
Don't wash dishes.
All right, we'll forgive you of that.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So now, you also do these motivational seminars. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So they're called Accessing You. It's I met this really amazing guy named Gary Douglas, and he started a company called Access Consciousness. And so I started working with him, and he had all these really cool tools that I had seen. I've been using a lot of these tools in my life, and the way he organized them and the way he talked about them, it really inspired me to do the same thing. And so really it's just about kind of empowering people to be themselves. Because I think a lot of people, when they look at themselves, they only see the negatives about themselves.
Right.
But really underneath that, people have so much potential, and they don't spend enough time acknowledging how wonderful they are.
Yeah.
So it's really about shifting the focus from judging yourself to having gratitude for yourself.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people don't even realize what they have to offer the world.
Yes.
They look at their where they lack.
Yes.
But I mean, each one of us has a special gift.
And it's like if you look at our hands, we each have individual, unique fingerprints, right? So how much more are the way that we look at things unique, and how much of a gift could that be to the rest of the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ricky, I know you brought a couple guests with you. Would you like to introduce them to the show?
Yes, I would. Darren, come on in.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hi, Darren. Nice to meet you. All right, Darren, I'm excited about this product line that you have. It's nanotechnology. Can you explain what's in your hand there?
Well, these are some of the products that the company offers. Nanotechnology, basically, really quick, short sentence, is bioelectrical energy that helps specifically areas of the body using acupuncture points and acupressure points.
Okay, without needles.
Correct.
Oh, I love that.
Well, that's right up my alley. I mean, I studied shiatsu where we worked with acupressure points. Yeah. And we really tapped into the body's natural energy to produce healing.
Yeah, and the funny thing is you don't have to be an expert to understand what nanotechnology or acupuncture, acupressure points is. The company actually will give you a brochure on the particular points and pressure points that we're talking about, so you can actually become an expert by using this product.
So what are the different areas in which it can help
Well,
me?
the company provides actually 8 different products, and one of them, the main product, the original product, was called Energy Enhancer. It was it was the original product the company came out with in 2004, and what happened was they basically worked toward athletes. A lot of the athletes, football players, basketball players, U.S. Olympic team this year, the 2012 Olympic team, use these patches to help them just get through their workouts and actually recover quicker off those workouts.
Now, wasn't this recently in Sports Illustrated?
Correct. They've been listed in Sports Illustrated and many other magazines.
Now, I want to know, Ricky, what body part would you put that on? I'm sure you've got aches and pains from 11 seasons of being in the NFL.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a patch for pain, yeah?
Yes, they just actually came out with this particular patch, which is the Ice Wave patch. It's a pain patch.
Yeah.
And it works unbelievable for pain. That's one of the quickest release you can find for pain. Now, it's not going to cure it, but it's definitely going to give you some relief off the pain.
Yeah.
Especially with
playing 11 seasons, and especially the way I played, sometimes I get some neck aches, and so can I put those on my neck?
You bet, you bet. Yeah. And actually, the placement that you would do, you would actually play around with that placement. You would find the pain that you had, they have that white patch and a brown patch, and you would place the brown patch on the pain and then move around until you found where you felt comfortable with the pain, and usually get 50% to 100% relief just within the first 10 minutes of wearing the patch.
Wow.
That is amazing. So you'll know right away whether or not you have it in the right location.
Without a doubt.
That is great. Now, what else do you have in your hand?
They have another patch, which I know a lot of the people have problems sleeping, sleep apnea and all these problems.
Definitely.
They come out with this, if you're flying across country, you fly a lot, you want to be able to get rest on the plane, you can place this patch on a spot on your neck or your back of your head and have a nice comfortable sleep while you're flying.
So how does that work? Are there, I know you had said it's nanotechnology, so there's no drugs involved.
No drugs.
So it's just basically, how is it
It works
doing
off your
that?
own, as you all know, our body's all full of electrical energies, and we're aligned that way. So basically all it does is really stimulate the areas of the acupuncture, acupressure points of your body and helps them bring out everything and aligns your body, and I think you'll find that you'll feel much better wearing these patches within a few minutes or even a few days of wearing them.
Wow. So if I take the energy one,
Yes.
I've had very little sleep today. I was up at 3 a.m. So I'd be able to feel that?
So
And it's not going to give me jitters?
No, it's not. Like I said, there's no drugs involved. It's a non-transdermal patch. Doesn't actually put anything into your body. It just has bioelectrical fields that help align your body.
So it's like it activates certain things.
It activates those, as you know, with acupuncture and acupressure points that you've studied. You're getting those points activated by a needle, but now you don't have to use a needle. You can actually use a patch.
Wow.
Now, before we go any further, I want everyone to go to the website that you see right here on this page to find out more information about this. It's so exciting because there's many different areas in which you can use these patches. Like for Ricky, for instance, pain, so he can use it before a game. Energy. You're having a hard time sleeping.
After the game, I'm telling you, after the game, I can't sleep. After the game, I'm up until 4 o'clock in the morning. So I can use it before the game, after the game, and then after the game. Oh, yes.
That's
they've also come out with anti-aging patches. Now, that's another big thing. They've come out with 3 different anti-aging patches, and I know we talked briefly about glutathione. Glutathione's the master antioxidant of the human body. It's the main antioxidant that keeps you healthy, keeps your immune system healthy. And to be able to, we actually lose 10% of our glutathione as we age every single year from the age 20 on. So as we're getting older, that's why we're aging. And if you can put that glutathione back, or those antioxidants back into your body, you're only going to stay young and healthy. So they've come out with a glutathione patch. They've come out with a carnosine patch, which helps wrinkles and so forth.
Wow.
So it's really interesting science.
Great. Well, thank you so much for being a part of all of this. I've never heard of this before. You know, I have to say that, you know, I was overwhelmed at a time in my life and someone said, you should go do acupuncture. So, you know, I was anxious, overwhelmed, and the needles made me more anxious. It did the reverse effect of what I needed. But this is something that would be painless.
Very painless, and as you know, there's over 1.2 billion people that use acupuncture right now in the world. Wow. And that's, you know, it's really big over in China and stuff, as you know, but, you know, throughout the world, a lot of people use that type of technology or medicine to help heal themselves.
Yeah.
And this is a Fortune 500 company.
You bet. I think they just hit the Fortune 500 in 2010.
Incredible.
So they're a very, very interesting company, fast and growing.
Yeah.
Darren, this product is so helpful to so many people. Can you tell us how we can all get it?
Sure. You go to the website, it's www.breakthroughproducts.net. Again, www.breakthroughproducts.net.
That sounds good. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, Darren.
Thank you, Rick.
It's just incredible how you can accomplish all that energy, anti-aging, without needles.
No drugs either.
No drugs. That's just working with what your body already has.
Yeah, that's my way, the natural way.
So now let's talk more about you and what you're doing in your life now when it comes to reaching out to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tell us about your organization.
So I have the Ricky Williams Foundation. I started back in 1999. And when I started it, it was just kind of what athletes are supposed to do. And as time went on and I got a little bit older and had more of a sense of what I wanted to do, then I started to create programs. And one of the programs I created is called Ricky's Kids. It's an after-school program in East Austin, Texas, where we work with kids, latchkey kids. And I mean, they're latchkey kids, but I call them latchkey extreme because a lot of these kids, mainly they're African American and Hispanic.
Okay.
And so the African American kids, for the most part, they either have one parent or no parent at home. And for the Hispanic kids, they usually have, you know, maybe a 2 or 3 bedroom house with 13 relatives there.
Yeah.
So they have difficult situations where they don't get a lot of attention from their parents.
Yeah.
And so what we created is a place for them to come and you know, my target, you know, because I'm kind of a eclectic, holistic kind of guy, so was to bring that to the kids. And so I try to give them a piece of all the things I've experienced and whatever else is out there, just so that they have more choice in their life. And they get to, because what I found in my life is the way I created my life, even as a kid, was I looked at the world around me and I kind of picked pieces of people's personality or people's life that I really liked and kind of added it to my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to give these kids as much choice and as many options and opportunities and possibilities as I possibly can.
Well, I'm sure it helps to have someone who's older and been successful that they can look up to and talk to on a frequent basis, you know, outside of their families, mentors. So tell me, when they do come to your program, what are some activities that you do with them?
Okay, so we start the day and, you know, there's this yoga exercise called Super Brain Yoga. And it's basically kind of along these lines. It's kind of activating their brains, you know.
Which the kids need it these days.
Yes, they do. So, you know, a lot of kids' energy is really expended in growing, right? And so for them, you know, kids aren't asked to think the way that adults are.
Right.
You know, they have school, but really it's really, their main focus is growing. Right. And so we do this exercise, so it kind of sends energy to the brain and kind of activates that. So we get them ready to explore, right? And then we talk about their day, and then we go into a quote of the day, which could be anything, you know, from a sports quote to Gandhi.
Do you have a favorite quote?
I do. Be the change you'd like to see. It's Gandhi. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And then we go outside and do a team building activity, which is exercise, but also working as a team. We come back in, do homework help. So we help the kids finish their homework.
I bet you the parents love that.
Yeah. The parents do like that. And the teachers like it even more.
Yeah.
And then we end the day with free time where they can go outside and play, or they can stay inside and do whatever they like. And we also do different types of things that we just created because we saw that they might be fun. So one of the things we did is we talked to the kids about being generous and giving. And so we start the program every year. We give all the kids $5. And we ask the kids to find someone who could really use this $5. And they come back the next week and they write in their journals about what they did with their $5. And we take our favorite stories and we give those kids $10 to keep. So it's really implementing,
great.
you know, the more you give, the more you receive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious, was there an interesting $5 story where someone said, oh, I gave it to, you know.
Yeah. There was my favorite one, because it reminds me of when I was a kid, is there was a kid whose I guess he went home and his mom was crying because she couldn't pay. I think she couldn't pay the electricity bill, so he gave his mom the $5.
That's so precious.
Yeah.
He's pitching in.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you did bring another guest, and you worked with them earlier this morning and got a special fitting that what we're going to talk about here.
Yeah.
You did? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So let's bring on the guys from Retul.
Yeah.
You want to invite
Come on,
Franco?
fellas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back
Hey.
again. All right, Robin, thank you for having us.
Nice to
Good to
meet
see
you.
you guys
Did you recover after that?
I did recover, yeah.
So you worked
I gotta
him
be
out
sore
this
tomorrow,
morning.
but
Yeah.
I recovered.
Yeah, he needs a little working. Got to keep him in shape, you know.
He looks pretty in shape.
He's okay.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about what you do that's so special and so important to athletes.
We work with a whole range of athletes, from like what we call weekend warriors, all the way through to like last year's winner of the Tour de France.
Wow.
So it's not just for a body type or what have you. It's you know, looking at the health and benefit aspects of cycling, and our company is based in Boulder, Colorado, and we have a motion capture 3D analysis system. So we monitor the riders' movement patterns and optimize their position, and then from there we can select the best bike for them, you know.
It's amazing. I mean, if we had this technology in football, I think we could avoid a lot of injuries and we could really improve people's performance. I mean, so I went there this morning and they put patches, and then I got on the bike, and then they had like the motion capture, and I could look on the screen, and there was like a stick figure, and I could see it, all the parts of my body moving.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty cool.
That is very cool. Yeah. So why do people come to you initially? Is it because they have the wrong fit? How do you know what the right fit for a bike is unless I were to go to someone like you?
I'll let Craig get
with
that
Ricky, you know, Ricky being obviously a very accomplished athlete, but novice to cycling, we really can start with a clean slate. And so what we did was we put him on our Move Dynamic Fit bike, which is a stationary bike that essentially we can move the rider around, and it will tell you the position that they need to be in.
Okay.
And we can determine which bike best fits them from that. But it's very accurate, and the intent of it with a rider like Ricky is to get him set up so that he enjoys the ride and avoids injury and gets the most out of his workouts.
Yeah. I mean, so when I was being fitted, it was a fitting, but it also was kind of a teaching or training, like efficiency of body movement, which I thought was amazing. And being a yoga instructor and being a professional athlete, I'm really in tune with my body, and it was really cool to kind of see how to use my body most efficiently riding a bike. And after the fitting, I can't wait to get back to Austin and hop on the road.
Now, do you bike? Or are you brand new to it?
I'm not brand new. I rode a little bit when I lived in Miami, and since I've moved to Austin, I haven't ridden in a while. After this morning, I'm looking forward to getting back out there.
Can you feel the difference when a bike is fitting you properly?
That was the first time I've ever been fitted for a bike, and it was completely different because, and you know, my bike I had before, I was the guy at the bike shop, just kind of said here.
Right.
He measured my legs or something and said here, stand on the bike and see how it fits. But you know, this one measuring, like, see if, like, we measured my ankles, my knees, my hips, my wrist, my elbow, just to make sure that I was comfortable and I was in a comfortable position. And I actually got to ride on the stationary bike to see how it felt.
Yeah, it's a full analysis, you know. And like you were asking about the benefits of it, well, like, you know, a lot of people, they earn their money very hard. You don't want to make a $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 mistake by buying a bike that doesn't suit you. I suppose history has it that, or tradition has it that, if Ricky walks into a store, his local bike store, and the sales guy's on the floor, he's going to go, whoa.
Right, exactly. Let's give him the most expensive bike.
Yes. Well, he's going to probably pick out a bike that might be too big for him or something like that. Whereas, like, everybody is individual. Like, Ricky might be a big guy, but he's very athletic and he has very good form, very good posture on the bike. So what was interesting this morning was we were setting his position up, which will allow him to train without, you know, the likelihood of injuring himself. But like, an athlete coming from his level still wants to go full gas.
Right.
And you know, when a guy wants to throw down power and cycle hard, they need to be set up correctly, or it can lead to stress injuries and it can lead to strains and so forth. So it's great working with a full range of riders from that perspective, you know. So
tell me about the process. So I were to come into your place, I'd make an appointment.
Correct.
And how long would the process take for you educating me about what I'm doing and getting me all hooked up, and how long is that process?
Well, so Retul, it's a comprehensive analysis of you, and what we like to stress is that we focus on the rider also, not just fitting you to the bike, but really focus on your position on the bike. So we start with an off-the-bike analysis, just to see if there are any abnormalities that we have to deal with initially before you even get on the bike. But once you're on, what we do is attach LED sensors to your body, and our camera system reads those sensors. So as you're pedaling, we're actually creating a 3D model of you in space, and we can make the appropriate changes to that model.
It's good. Like Ricky has had, probably a bucket list of injuries over the years, and we discussed some of them this morning. But we'd look into any sort of limitations or anything that could kind of hold back from the cycling itself. But no, he's got a clean bill of health this morning.
It felt like a cross between being fitted for a bike and seeing an osteopath or seeing someone that works with bodies.
It was that kind of experience.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to see the bike that you fitted to.
Sure.
Can we take a look at that?
Yeah, what we did this morning was when we finished with the fit, we then used our web application that Retul have developed called Frame Finder. And then what you can do is you can essentially select the correct bike for the position itself. So you take the position and then you overlay or underlay bikes against it to see what will fit best. So this is going to be the bike that Ricky will be riding.
Okay, let's take a look at it.
I feel like Christmas.
Yeah. We got him Ferrari red.
Yes.
We know he likes a little bit of bling.
Wow.
So that's it.
Great.
It's beautiful, huh?
Yeah, it's a Specialized Roubaix. It's a 58 and ideal combination of good geometry, really well built. It's going to be a light bike. It's a little bit forgiving on, harder surfaces and so forth. So a great all-rounder bike for him for climbing around the hills of Austin,
Yes.
Now, once you have fitted someone, do they purchase the bike from your location, or do you send them somewhere else?
It can be both. It can be both. Retul are throughout the United States, and Retul can be...
We have a network of 700 plus locations around the globe. So you can be anywhere in the world, get retooled, and once you're fit, we can send your data to any shop around the world and make sure you get on the right bike.
I had no idea it was so big.
It's taken bike buying to a kind of a new level, but it's not elitist. It really is for everyone, and it's you don't have to be a top level rider just to come and have a Retool fit. But hopefully, it will guarantee people years of enjoyment on their bike and hopefully injury free.
Yeah, I think that's key, enjoyment, because one of the things that we talked about was comfort, and how sometimes people will go and they'll spend a lot of money on a bike and they'll go ride, and it's so uncomfortable that they don't even.
Cycling is synonymous with suffering, but suffering for the right reason.
Passion.
Suffering because you're like going hard, but not just for the purpose of comfort. Comfort should come with it. Yeah.
That is great.
So, well, I must say, I'd like to thank Outspoken Cycles here in Florida. They hosted us, and they were great for us this morning, and it was a pleasure working with Ricky, and Retul are going to work with him in the future and see if we can help the foundation and keep him fit and trim.
So now, how do I go into a Retool? Do I have to go out to Colorado, or there's a local place where I can get fitted?
We have a few fitters in the Tampa area.
Oh, that's great.
So you just go to our website, retool.com, and you can use our location finder, and it'll tell you where the shops are in your area that can fit you.
Excellent. So I want everyone to go to retool.com so you can find your closest location so you too can get fitted and be comfortable when you're going at it hard.
Exactly.
We can all ride together.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thank you.
That
Great
is
job,
great.
Ricky.
All right.
Nice
Thanks
to
a lot.
meet you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Well, that is exciting,
I'll put it
Ricky.
over here.
Okay, you're going to keep on. He
holding on to
doesn't
that.
want to let it go.
Okay, so next time I see you, I want to hear all about your progress on your bike.
Definitely. You'll be able to see the progress.
That's right, exactly. So now, moving forward, we know you're going to get fit because now you have the perfect bike.
Yes.
And we know you're going to feel good because you've got the patches,
Yes.
right? So if you got a little aches and pains, you're going to sleep well at night. You're going to have energy when you need it.
Yeah.
So with all this extra energy and feeling good, what's in your future? What's going forward? I know we talked about the seminars.
Yes.
There may be a book in your future.
I'm working on a book right now. Yeah, and it's I'm not sure. I'm playing with names. I mean, the obvious first choice is Run Ricky Run. That was the name of the documentary done on me.
Oh.
It's kind of a play because part of my story was people might have thought that I was running away from things, but really, the book is about all the way my whole life I've been running towards myself, and that place where I've always been looking to be more, to be the greatest me that I can be. And it's just talking about the perceived up and downs and how, you know, someone might look at your life and think that things are going wrong for you, but when people looked at my life like that, it was the happiest I ever was.
Yeah.
And so just giving people a different way to look at adversity, you know, can it be something that can contribute to your life?
You know, one thing that, just in talking with you, that I think is so refreshing is you're really authentic.
Yeah.
You meet a lot of people that are just putting up airs and they're just trying to show off to others, and you're just who you are. Like, I would never know that you're Ricky.
Yeah, I've tried to do that, but every time I do it, it always backfires, and so I decided, hey, I'm just gonna
be me.
I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah.
It's at the same time, it's the easiest thing and the most difficult thing to be.
I know you're one of these people that's constantly improving.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that? Like one kind of overlying theme for the year?
Not really. I mean, just to keep asking questions.
Yeah.
You know, we talked earlier, and I found when I ask questions, I get to see things in a different way, maybe see something I didn't see before.
Yeah.
So just keep asking questions and just enjoy myself. I mean, a lot of people talk about finding your life's purpose, right? And for me, it's really, what if my purpose was just to be happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems like your purpose is to give back. That's what you're doing, and
That makes me
it's
happy.
working. It
Yeah.
makes you happy.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So let's find out one more time if you can get a shout out to your Twitter followers. We want to follow you.
Yes.
We want to make it from, how many do you have right now?
But I think I have 93,000.
Oh yeah, we want to boost that number. So give us your Twitter handle and Facebook.
Twitter handle is @RickyWilliams, and Facebook is RickyWilliams34. And also, if you're interested in my seminars, it's RickyWilliamsAccessingYou.com.
And if you'd like to see more celebrities right here on C Shop, I want you to follow us on Twitter @CShopTV.